Hello there, this is StringGearCon 4, and welcome to my mod tutorial for Overlord. Now, Overlord is a really neat mod that allows you to build your own skeleton army. It is not an overly large mod. As you can see, there's only about 18 items total, including spawn eggs, which you probably won't use. But, that being said, it is a really neat mod that you can use for all sorts of purposes, such as base defense, dungeon attacking, just personal defense, whatever you want to use it for. You've got some soldiers ready to follow your every order and die protecting you. Not to mention, you just get to look cool while leading an army of skeletons. I mean, who wouldn't want that? Okay, so what are you going to need to get started with this mod? You're not going to need any other mods. This should just work by itself with pure vanilla Minecraft. I would recommend JEI, of course, just for recipes. You're also going to need this book, probably. Anything I don't cover in this tutorial, or anything that gets added later on, you can find it in here. Like, it's got all the stuff you need to know in there. I mean, that's where I learned most of what I know about this mod. And if I miss anything, like I said, or anything gets added in a future update or future versions of Minecraft, just look here. You should spawn with it. However, if you don't, for some reason, or you lose it, it does have a recipe. You just need a milk bucket, a bone, or a milk bottle, which you just right-click out with a bottle, and a book, and it will give you the Overlord guidebook. You could also use the Wod Editor, but I would just recommend using the book because it's cheaper. And as you can see in that recipe, milk and bones, those are going to be very necessary for this mod. So you're going to need a cow farm, at least. The milk, definitely. And the leather will come in handy later for other purposes. Bones, you're probably going to want a skeleton grinder, or just a mob grinder in general that will get you bones. Or you're just going to need to stockpile a lot of them, because you're going to need a lot of bones to really do a lot of stuff in this mod. You don't technically need so many of them, but it's good to have them all. Alright, so now that you have that stuff, anything else you're going to need? Yes. In order to get the best skeletons, you're going to want to have gone to the nether, because that requires nether brick stuff. Or have a way to get netherrack. It won't require much, but you'll want a bit. Alright, let's get started with the tutorial. So, what is the first kind of skeleton you're going to want? Well, before you get that, there are some other things you're going to need. First of all, you're going to need this, an Overlord Seal. That requires 4 gold nuggets and 4 iron nuggets. Just put an ingot of each in a crafting grid by itself, and you'll get those. These are both vanilla, so you don't need any other mods anymore to do that. Now that you have this, hold it in your hand and right click. This will bind it to you. So you can see there it says Overlord Seal, Seal of StringGearCon 4. That's me. Which means any skeletons that are spawned using this seal will belong to me. I can command them, and other people cannot. So this is only really necessary to keep other people from getting it in multiplayer. However, if you create it without a seal and you don't use your own seal, it will be unowned and it will not follow your orders. So don't do that. There is a one-time use one of these. It's called the Overlord Stamp. I don't know why you'd want to use that unless you don't have any gold or iron, but by the time you really want to get started with this, you'll probably have some of that. That requires any kind of dye, 2 sticks, and paper. Either of those ways. Pretty simple. But I would recommend just getting the Overlord Seal. It has infinite uses, along with some other uses. As you can see by right-clicking on it. Don't even worry about that yet. We'll get to that later when we get to commanding the skeletons. Okay, so now you get your Overlord Seal. Time to make some skeletons. First one you're going to want to make is a baby skeleton maker. You will probably not want to make this just to use it. You'll need it for crafting up the skeleton warrior maker later. But that just requires 4 smooth stone and 3 stone bricks with a piece of glass in the middle. Pretty simple. Now, with this, you can use it to make baby skeletons. And you need to put your seal there. You need to put in some milk and some bones. Let's grab that. Like I said, you're going to need a lot of this, so just make sure you have some before you even get started with this mod. Put that in there. Put that in there. And first, let's demonstrate. Yeah, see, warning, the skeleton will not be claimed. You won't be able to command it. Make sure that's in there. You can put some armor in here for him to use when he first spawns. You can put it on him later. It's fine. You don't have to do it. First of all, we need to make it night, so let me do that. Alright. Because these skeletons will burn in the daytime if they don't have a hat. That's creative. Yep, there he is. So this is our skeleton. He will follow us. There he goes. And he will fight for us. Though he's not very good at it. This is just a baby skeleton. He's the weakest of the 3 varieties of skeletons. So there are 3. The baby skeleton, the converted skeleton, and the skeleton warrior. The converted skeleton, I'm not going to demonstrate that. You just go through the same process that you would use to cure a zombie villager. You throw a potion of weakness at him, and then you right-click him with a gold apple, and wait 2 to 8 minutes, and he will convert. Now this baby skeleton, he only has 8 HP. For comparison, a player, without any like upgrades or anything due to mods, only has 20 HP. So he has like a little more than a third of our health. Now, this guy's better for early game, because as you can see, this only used, what, 16 bones? That's not too bad. He can be useful for like a guard around the house or something like that, or your base. He can equip armor and melee weapons, as you can see from here. Now, he can only have 1 slot, as in, he cannot use a bow. He cannot shoot or anything, so he's going to be... I don't know why you would really want to use him unless you just have no way of accessing better skeletons. Skeleton warriors, I always just skip straight up to them because I don't find these guys worth the effort or the cost. Okay, so now we have him, but we're not really going to need him very much, so we'll just grab all this stuff. And I already went over how to get the converted skeleton. Let me just read off some of his stats. So he has 20 HP, which is the same amount as a player does. He can have armor and ranged weapons. He can have melee or ranged weapons. So he's better that way. He also has 9 inventory slots. Because this guy, he doesn't have any. See, he only has 8 HP. You can equip some gear, so you could give him a sword. Armed and dangerous. And there's a whole series of achievements in this mod. It's pretty cool. So it shrinks to fit him, but you can then take it all back if you want. Pretty cool. So we're going to get to commanding the skeletons later, so I'm not going to go over that now. I'm just going to have him do that, because I don't want him following me around. Alright, so now we're going to get a skeleton warrior maker. Now this is probably what you're actually going to be using for most of the mod, so go ahead and get this as soon as you can. That requires the baby skeleton maker that we made earlier, 5 nether bricks, and 2 little just bricks. Alright, so it's daytime now, and he's burning. He stopped. Let's give him a hat. Oh, never mind. He's dead. Well, that's unfortunate. So like I was saying, this is what you're really going to be using. So go ahead and craft this as soon as you can. It's not overly expensive at all. I'm pretty sure we can all get to the nether pretty easily. And it's not even anything too hard. Now, this is much better. You're going to be creating some skeletons here. They are much more expensive, but they are also much better. So just shift-click in some milk. Oh, that actually gives the buckets back now. It didn't always do that, I don't think. Alright, so you load that up with milk, and it uses, I think, a bucket of each. And if I remember correctly, half a stack of bones. Let's see if I'm correct. We're also going to need to give him a hat. So let's give him mine. Yep, there he is. So he's the size of a normal skeleton. Okay, come on off of there, buddy. Thanks. And you can equip him with just about any armor. I've equipped him with some good armor before. And like custom leather armor or stuff. Oh yeah, that's what I give him. Poor guy. Well, he's not overly important. So let's kill him. And we'll make another one. Let's actually set 19,000. Alright, it's nighttime, so let's create up another one. Oh yeah, it uses 2 milk buckets. I was wrong. Alright, anyway. So here he is. Now you can see him better. Come on down so we can see height. Yep, size of a regular skeleton. Pretty cool. And he can be equipped with gear. He can also use ranged weapons. So his stats are actually a little different from others. So he starts off with 16 health, but if you let him have milk, if you give him milk, it will increase with 20 to 20. Actually, it's gone up to 20 now. Oh yeah, because you have to heal him, right? And his max health will increase when he levels up. So this guy actually gets experience. You can see that he's level 1 right there, and he has an experience bar. The other guys don't. So when he levels up, it actually gives him more speed, more attack power, more health, and more step volume. I'm not sure what the step volume does, but that's what the book said. He can also have augments. Converted skeletons can also have augments. Baby skeletons cannot. We'll get to that later in the video. So let's go over how to command your skeletons. So let's actually spawn in a couple more bones. That and milk, if I can spell. And we can give him some armor when he spawns, so let's search armor. And this is where the leather is going to come in handy from that cow farm you made earlier. So you can give him a full set of leather armor, and find him a good sword. An iron sword will do. And they can also equip shields. I don't know that they use them. I think it might just increase their armor. I'm not entirely sure how all that works, but they can equip them, and I'm sure it does something. They can also equip bows. They do need arrows for them to fire, of course. So there's him. He looks pretty cool. We got a skeleton warrior, and he's much better armored. So he's 16 out of 16. Let's see, let's get some milk. There we go. That also increases his XP. It's not working. Anyway, I'm not entirely sure. I don't usually feed him milk. I just let him level up naturally. So let's go over how we command our skeletons. So we're going to want a Wod Editor. You don't really need this, but it is nice to have. It's just black dye, a bone, and a book. Let's grab one of those. And this is where we just create squads. So we're going to create Squad 1. Okay, it won't do numbers well. Okay. So we're going to have squad, knights, and you can say archers. Whatever. You can name them whatever you want. Without numbers. It's going to give me day, so 19,000. There we go. He has a hat, so he won't burn. So if you're going to have any archers up on your walls or whatever, for a castle or when you're traveling around during the daytime, make sure they are wearing at least hats. Alright. Sound good? It's not that hard, just leather hats will do. And if we see here, we can actually set up what squad he's on, so we can just cycle through. So let's say he's part of squad. And what we do with that is, we can take our Overlord Seal, right click it. You can have multiple of these, so you could have one in there and just one on you. And you can say which one you're going to do. So this applies to all of our loaded skeletons. If they are on squad, they will now be follower. Or we can say, now they'll be stationed. So he's part of squad. So he's not following anyone. He is. And we'll say you are also part of squad. Now, because we only set that then, he will still follow. Now, if we set that to now be follower, all of the squad will follow us. Pretty cool. Good way of commanding skeletons and saying, well, all my archers, they're going to be up on the wall, so I don't really want to have them do anything when I order other skeletons around, especially if my base is chunk loaded or something like that. We could have knights do things, archers do things. They don't automatically get assigned to squads, they just get assigned a non-squad. So you have to manually set them. So there are 3 different stances, as you can see there. They can be follower, stationed, or one. Well, actually, that's just movement. This is their stance. So they can be aggressive, which means they'll attack everything they see, other than each other and you, of course. Defensive. If they get attacked, they will fight back. Passive. They're just going to sit there and take a beating. Why you'd want them to be passive, I'm not entirely sure. I've done it only in a couple cases. But it's there. Stationed. They'll just stay where they are. Good for archers on walls or defenders or things like that. Followers. That's pretty obvious. They follow you like a pet dog would. They will teleport to you if they get too far behind, if they are followers, if they're loaded. And wander area, they will wander within a 32 block radius, I believe. So if you set them to wander. So don't worry, if you have them wander while set to wander while they're in your base, it's fine. That they can't open doors, they can walk upstairs and they'll pathfind around things. They're pretty good. Alright guys, move around. There he goes. See, he'll just move around, but he won't like go up into the battle tower unless it's within his 32 block radius. So that's pretty cool. Let me say all squads, follow me. And then if we run over here, oh, see, he teleported. Sort of like a dog will. They're sort of like wolves. Looks like they've targeted that skeleton, so let's go see them fight. So they will attack without any armor or anything, or weapons. Looks like he picked something up. Someone got an upgrade. Who did? You? But you didn't. You're lying to me. Don't do that. Alright, everyone with me. Alright, so yes, upgrades. There are several augments you could do. Difficulty. Sure. I don't want any creepers blowing these guys up. They will survive on peaceful because they're your allies. They won't hurt you. So there are several different upgrades you can give your skeletons, also known as augments. That's actually what they're called, but they're basically just upgrades. So you can give them an iron ingot. Show that. And that will give them resistance. So it doesn't actually say that, but you can see it. And see, he's got like an iron look to him, which looks really cool. You can also give them obsidian. And that gives him a sort of darker look. And this will give him resistance, slowness, so there is a little bit of a drawback, and fire resistance. I don't know why they put this one in there, but you can also give them an anvil. Now this one's going to be a little harder to demonstrate. But that makes him fall quickly and damages enemies he falls on. So, let me see if I can... Here. This is also a good time to demonstrate the keychain. So that's just iron nuggets in a sort of star pattern. Take that. So now you got a keychain. And you shift right click him, and now he is on this keychain, and you can put him down. So you can transport skeletons over long distances that way. Okay, so I set up this little chute. So I'll put some zombies down there. And I still got my skeleton right here. Alright, buddy. Ready to go? You got your anvil? Might also make him a little heavier, I'm not sure about that. Something bad's probably about to happen. Nope. Whoops, wrong guy. Oh well. Well, good thing we have two. Hey, other guy, come over here. We're gonna keep going, we still have some more. So you can give him golden apples. Please don't fight, little skeleton, please. I'm trying to make a tutorial, don't die. Come back over here. You are now stationed defensive. And, yeah. So we need golden apples. So, regular ones and enchanted ones. Regular ones, give them slow health regen. Enchanted ones, give them fast regen. So let's look at this. So he's injured. Let's give him the slow one. Excuse me. So he's slowly gonna regen health. Let's watch. It's going to happen. Yep. There we go. That's pretty slow. This is good for just guards or whatever. Now this one's much faster, or so it says. Heal. Are you injured? Yes, now you are injured. Oh, he's healing now. I don't think that was much. Oh, I didn't give him the right one. Right. Whoops. No wonder. There we go. See, that was so much faster. Heal. Yeah, that's so much better. So we'll actually need to do the next one, which is the Wither Skeleton Skull. I'm sure you can already guess what this does. So you give it to him, like that. It makes him look like a Wither Skeleton, which, that's cool enough. But it also gives him Wither attack, so anything he attacks will get the Wither effect, and fire resistance. But that's a pretty rare drop, so don't let him die. Give it to like a high level skeleton. Now, you can also give him sugar. And that will give him increased speed. So let's make him defensive follower. So he'll walk faster. See, he's jumping, he's ready to go. I think he might have frozen for a second. I don't know. Yeah, he teleported or something. Come on. You're a follower, right? You're a follower. Come here. Alright, he just keeps teleporting. That's not what I want to have happen. There we go. See how he's walking faster? However, it will decrease his attack rate, which is sort of a drawback. Now, you can also give him a mummy skin suit, which is made like so. Rotten flesh and paper. Buddy, come back. Come back here. Where'd he go? Little skeleton. Alright, where'd he go? Alright, I'll just get him to teleport. Okay, I don't know what happened to him. He may have died. Let's make a new skeleton. Alright, let's just make another skeleton. We're going to need that and more milk, right? Great. Alright, so here's this guy. And let's give him a mummy skin suit. Doesn't really make him look much different. However, it will let him have hunger attacks, so his attacks will give hunger. I don't think that affects mobs too much, but if you're fighting other players, that might be interesting. It also strengthens other skeletons around him. I don't know exactly how. I think it might just give them like more health or more damage, something like that. Anyway, that's all the upgrades. There's a couple other little gears. So there's this Overlord crown. So that's just some gold nuggets and gold ingots. And if you're tired of having to look through your skeletons to find which one has what upgrades, this is cool because it'll hover above their heads what they have, which I think is really neat. Really, really cool. There's also this rallying horn, which just rallies nearby skeletons. So I don't know where the other skeleton is. He should be coming. And it just teleports him to you. But that's a really cool idea. So if you're in a dungeon and your guys get separated, you can just go... Yeah, I know, that's really loud. I know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It also adds a milk bottle, but you can just get that from cows. One other thing, a skin suit. So you can name this an anvil, and it will make him look like the player of that name. So let's take that. Get an anvil. We should probably give me a little bit of XP, right? Right. There. I can't spell my own name. That's kind of embarrassing. Let's work right. And in theory, this should work. Not entirely sure what he'd give it to him. Not there. Alright, well, I gave it to him. You shift right click, that's how you do it. And, yeah. There we go. I don't know why it's not actually giving him my skin. That's how it should work. Maybe because he's mine. But anyway, you can give him a skin suit. And that's pretty cool. It also names him that. So this is Straightener Car 4. Pretty sure it used to change his skin. Maybe it's just a bug or something right now. Because I have my skin. Weird. Anyway, that is pretty much it for the mods. Overlord. I didn't think I missed anything. There's only like 18 items, which is fine. It's a really neat mod anyway. So, leave a like if you like this tutorial and if it helped you, and subscribe so that you don't miss any more videos. If you want to see some examples of this mod in action, I have some videos on it in my 1.11.2 series as of now, and I plan on getting to it in my latest 1.12.2 adventure series. So go check those out if you want to see some examples. I believe they're titled Skeleton Warriors or Skeleton Knights, Building an Army, and Skeletal Knights, I believe, in the 1.11.2 series. I haven't made any in the 1.12.2 series with this mod, but I do plan on it. So go check those out once you're done here. Anyway, I'll see you there. Goodbye.